初めてです。はい。I didn't just up my volume. Okay, say again. No, but you are muted. I see that, but I don't know why. I, I heard a little bit of that laugh, but then silence. I don't know if it's on my end or anyway. Mhm. Oh, Morgans.
Hi, can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly. How do you say your name?
Mogens?
Mons. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I want to say, I met you in the 90s, I think. You was in
Yeah.
Copenhagen,
Yes,
and you
indeed.
have your courses in energy works
Yeah.
and or something like that. And I almost left the course when I talked to you the first time because I was very skeptic about what you were doing. But you said to me, then take your money and go. It's okay for me. And I said, okay, that must be something with that man. I must see what's it all about. So I stayed there that weekend, and it was a very special weekend for me. You know, about 7 years before, I had an experience that was very similar to what I experienced together with you. But together with you, it was very, very, what do you call it? Explosive, maybe. You know, another world opens up for me, and I experience the bliss. And you were saying, hey, feel the chair. It was like I was going up to heaven or something like that. And you called me samurai at the last. It was very sweet, but I was young and a little unsecure on things at that moment. But since it has meant a lot to me, I've been on a fantastic spiritual journey since that experience. But you know, life come and after a few weeks, I came out of the experience, and you know, life is as life is.
Yes.
But about 3 years ago or something like that, I felt I have to write about those things because I have one spiritual experience, another, and a third, and so on. So it has really given me my life a new perspective. And
You know, what's interesting to explore for a moment is what is it that is aware of these experiences?
yes, Friday when I only been on two of those meetings.
Yeah.
Friday when we were sitting, I think, okay, now I was a little tired. I've only slept maybe 4 hours or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Then now I will look inside
Mhm.
and see what is it? What
Mhm.
is that I that that you're talking about?
Yeah.
So I did that. I was closing my eyes and then I felt asleep. In a few
Mhm.
minutes, I
Mhm.
dreamt.
Mhm.
I wake up. I said, okay, that's my dream. Then I looked at my thoughts. Who was talking? Oh, it's my thoughts. And then I
Yeah.
looked at my thoughts and stepped back. And then I opened my eyes, saw the real world. I stepped back, and I do that sometimes. And then I find out that where I was when I did that, there was nothing. Like the
Yes.
experience
Yes.
I had
Yes.
with you, there
Yes.
was absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And then I tried to step around. And then I felt the same bliss as when I was with you. The
Mhm.
bliss just came, and I saw a glimpse of the eye that just disappeared in it.
Mhm.
So when I turn it around, it seems to me like the eye is what to call a prism. You know, when the sun comes through a glass, it has
Mhm.
different colors.
Mhm. Mhm.
It, it's just an image, of course,
Mhm.
a way to try to explain. So one color was my dreams, one color was my thoughts, one color was the word, but it has something in common. It has movements. It have a narrative. It have a way of telling a story, and that's how we live our life. We live our life by telling stories, understand our life by telling stories. And it felt to me that my feeling was a kind of judgment for those stories. So when I went back again in that, what, how can you say it, behind the prism or something like that.
Yeah.
Being in that oneness and that bliss. In a way, you could say that those three worlds was a thought or a dream or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was living my life through a dream, through different narratives, and but that was what was very enlightened for me, if you can say so. It was that experience I have with you in the 90s. It seemed like the what you call bliss or whatever, God, or came from the outside to me. But last Friday it came in the inside, and it was exactly the same. So it was connected, and that was really an insight for me. But it seems like it have a vertical way of working and a horizontal way of working and a vertical way of working. So when I approach it in a vertical way, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. The bliss gets you like a feather, going like this. But in the horizontal way, it seems a little like we have the world, we have that bliss, and behind that, there is a kind of nothingness. And conscious unconsciousness or blackness or something like that. And the day after, at Saturday, I think I will do that trick again. Because that was very, enlightened to me. And I closed my eyes, and suddenly I was not there. Like when you dream really, really deeply, there was nothing. So suddenly I wake up and I thought I felt back like this. It's like I was thrown out of something. Bang! And I was sure I was laying on the floor. And also, it was all white, from a blackness to a white. And I opened my eyes. I was just sitting in my chair. And I feel that white light also the day after. But it seems to me that nothingness is not a nothingness anyway, but what it's like a kind of private zone. I don't have the real access to it, but it's from that place, whatever you call it, that the light comes, that the bliss comes. And being inside that, I felt that the bliss followed me and somehow. That's just what I want to say.
I love how you describe. It's beautiful to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, but thank you for what you helped me with in the 90s.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Think. Hi.
Hi. You hear me?
Perfect.
Okay. I would like to explore something. So there is awareness. We are here. And there is the experience of now, the body experience and everything. And then it seems to me that there is also something that wants to keep the steering wheel, that wants to organize it, that wants, and it knows that it can't organize it fully, but it still wants to like manipulate the now a little bit. And it's a bit confusing to me. And it also sometimes it does that by focusing the attention. Like you can be in a story or you can come back to the now.
Yeah.
And so normally I call that that part, I call that I. So because then it seems like that I can do things. And I know your teaching is very different, and I can also sometimes just be. But this part still confuses me somehow. Yeah.
Understand.
I can see that it's also a pattern. Maybe it comes from my childhood. My mother was a little bit like, in a good way, she wanted to help us and protect us and like manipulate us a little bit. Like, oh, you can also see it like this way, or you can also feel like this, or so it's this eye is also a pattern, but yeah, it's yeah. Sometimes it's so crazy that can you say something about that?
Yeah,
Because
I'm happy to. Let's just talk from our own experience. Yeah. Somehow inherent in awareness is this capacity to make distinctions. And we can say, like, even for a bacteria, if you put poison on one side of a petri plate and food on the other side, the bacteria will go to the food. It'll avoid the poison. So it seems like that's inherent in life, that this, like a flower will follow the sun and a bacteria will go to where there's food. It's just part of life, yeah?
Mhm.
Nobody really does that. It's just, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So in human beings, it's like, you know, we're learning from our environment, and you're
Mm-hmm.
getting, you could say there's conditioning that happens, and so that conditioning, like, starts to play in a way where, without us even mostly realizing it, just life seems a certain way, and
Mm-hmm.
life moves in a certain way. And then maybe with luck, at some point, there's like that capacity to make distinctions goes, what is that? What? And just starts to look at it, you could say. And then the learning happens and goes, wait a second, it doesn't need to do that. That's actually, it's, when it does that, it's actually the suffering, and it's not fun for other people around, or what looks like other people. And so
Mm-hmm.
it learns, okay, that's, and so that learning that happens, because from what I can see, I don't think we can deny that learning happens. Somehow there's a learning to talk, and there's a learning to walk, and there's a learning to ride a bicycle, there's a learning to maybe play an instrument. All those things happen, and
Mm-hmm.
also can unhappen. You know, when we get really old, all those things that we got learned can also go again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you know, but in some ways, whatever's gotten learned, once you know how to walk, unless you damage something, there's a knowing how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to think about it. It just does it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
But like when you have when you have a dog and you really strongly condition the dog,
mhm.
you can even condition the dog that he doesn't go to the food.
Yeah,
So he keeps away from the food. So,
yeah,
and this dog gets a little bit, yeah, you could say neurotic,
yeah.
because he doesn't do what is good for his organism.
Natural term. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then would it be good to help the dog if you see the dog?
Well, so to me, that's what happens in us when this interest comes.
Yeah.
So there's a starting to notice, wait a second, this is a conditioning
Mm-hmm.
that's actually not in tune with how life wants to live itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's been put on its head, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a, you know, in a way, it's a beautiful, natural maturing or seeing that happens
Mm-hmm.
when there's this interest. If there's
Mm-hmm.
not this interest, it's just like, it just, you know, life gets lived a certain way, and doesn't matter how much it the conditioning produces suffering,
Mm-hmm.
it just continues. It doesn't
Yeah.
ever see itself. It just keeps doing it. So
Yeah.
that's a natural thing to me. It seems like it's I would say it's grace or luck, or somehow that, okay, wait, you know, like, yes, there's been this way of relating to the feminine, or there's been this way of relating to eating, there's been this way of relating to life,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and wait, is it really necessary? Is it useful? What does it actually do? And so there's a very fine inquiry that starts to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that capacity is there in us to
Mm-hmm.
make those distinctions.
Mm-hmm.
And when a distinction gets made, nobody has to tell us, because something in us knows that, you know, it's like, so, but your question had to do with the sense of doership.
Yeah. Is there an
Yes.
ego that does it?
Is
Or is
there,
there
or what is it? Let's just start with a blank sheet. What is it that does? So we can start off, we're sitting here now,
mm-hmm.
and words are being spoken,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow there's an impression of understanding those words.
Mm-hmm.
Although we don't always, sometimes we think we understood what someone said, and actually they said something quite different. But there's the impression of, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
heard and understood, yeah. Somehow, yeah. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes there's a recognition. No, actually, my attention was elsewhere. I didn't quite understand it, or this is so out of my reality, I didn't understand it at all. So, yeah. But
Yeah.
so the
But the
question is,
question,
who's doing that?
who's doing that? Yeah.
Yeah, somehow, like
I
if
can
if you
I can
if
see
you've
it.
never learned English, then when someone was speaking English, you go, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah. Yeah. It's not, I can see that it feels like a little cramp, like a little tension around the heart.
Mhm.
And it's also that this I, this doer,
Mhm.
is really it's just a mental thing or something, or it's not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
mental, not like a thought. It's not a thought, but it's, yeah, some etheric thing that's always there somehow. Not
yeah,
really always, but most of the time, like
yeah, yeah.
99% of the time it's there.
So that's really curious. We just looking now. We said
Mm-hmm.
that we can see breathing is happening. There's all these trillions of cells, and so many things are happening. I mean, really
Mm-hmm.
and truly, it's like, and then there's some level of, our attention goes to certain things,
Mm-hmm.
and again, I would say where it's interesting to watch where our attention goes. It's because it's like, I guess if you were an Einstein, your attention would be busy with how does the universe function. If you were a heroin junkie, it would be where can I get my next shot, So,
Mm-hmm.
and if we, an average person, it's just like, I guess, money, food, sex,
Mm-hmm.
what it's the attention just, we can watch what our attention is busy with most of the day. It's just like, it's busy with,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then when it gets interested in inquiry, then it starts playing. It starts, okay, what? Who's aware? What
Mm-hmm.
is this that's aware? And so
Mm-hmm.
it so much is dependent on the interest, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and those interests, where do they come from? It's like if if
Mm-hmm.
if there's an interest in playing music, then when there's a guitar laying around, then it's like, okay, what wants to be sung at this moment? But
Mm-hmm.
if there's never been a learning of how to play a guitar, it just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
who is doing that? Who is,
yeah, who's doing that? It seems to me like nobody. It's just like the momentum of interests of which where do those come from?
yeah.
it's just yeah. So the life seems to live itself. It's, like the same thing with thoughts. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
at some point the interest comes in keeping quiet. It's just like it's not much interested in running
Mm-hmm.
after anything. It's just okay,
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah. But who is doing that? Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody. It's just,
it just
and then,
happens.
then whatever the sense of somebody is starts to disappear. Actually,
Yeah,
there's just presence there.
yeah. And then we
See,
live
for
in
me,
a,
I don't see that as a teaching. I see that really as just we speaking about our common knowing, you could say. Okay, we can relate when we talk like this. Okay, yes, I know that.
yeah, 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 yeah. I can also see it in the way you speak.
Mhm. Yeah, so
Like,
it's such in my view, it's such a deep and valuable inquiry about looking into doership. Who's the doer? And not to believe anyone, but really look, okay, so there's presence here now. Is somebody doing that? Or is it just,
no,
yeah,
that's just there.
it's just
Yeah.
here, yeah.
The
And
same
then,
about the experience that are here and
yeah, yeah,
the filters happening and everything.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I see like 99% or 99.9% is just happening.
yeah,
And then there's also still this belief that there is something that can do
yeah.
something. And it's also like in our culture we have a lot of responsibilities. So
All of that, but and that's conditioned, yeah.
yeah, but when somebody says to me like you have to do something, then yeah, of course, or immediately then yes, everything turns on like, okay, I must do something and I will do that.
Yeah,
That happens also.
yeah,
So this
yeah,
I happens, yeah.
yeah.
And it's very strong. Yeah.
And
It's always
I mean, again, it's just this funny thing. It's like, I see. I mean, it's funny. Like this, finding myself moving towards the fridge, and then I'm at the fridge, and I can't remember what I went to the fridge for.
mm-hmm,
And then I have to, okay, I came here for something. I don't remember what. And then sometimes it suddenly comes back. Okay, yes, I was coming here to get something to eat, or I was coming to put something away. I don't, it's like,
mm-hmm.
um, but it's just,
Yeah. So it, you mean
uh,
like it just happens that you went to the fridge and there was an impulse
yeah,
to yeah,
or like I'm with someone, I know them well, I know their name, and suddenly the name doesn't come in my mind.
yeah,
Okay, and am I 100% sure that there's a knowing of that name,
mm-hmm,
and it's just not coming in this moment. And then a few moments later, it comes. It's like, how did that happen? I didn't do it. It's like there was an
mm-hmm,
interest to remember the name, but when it happens or how it happens, it's not. Doesn't seem that's up to me. It's like sometimes it works great. It just knows. And sometimes even people I know well, there's no
mm-hmm,
access to that information.
mm-hmm,
I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but
mm-hmm.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah. So, if it interests you, just for a little while, just let that inquiry play. Who is the doer? Who is the doer? Who's doing this? Just in your own tempo, in your own interest, just explore that. It's a very useful exploration.
I can feel that there are body sensations involved in it. And there was also just a moment, a strong sensation that it's the son of my mother. Who's the doer? I was her first child, but that's, yeah, conditioning or like programming or yeah. So that happens. Who is the doer?
Just a gentle, just stay with the inquiry, just like really play. That's the most fun way to learn.
Yeah. Okay. Don't get too serious. Yeah, the funny thing is that right now there is something trying to find the doer. So there is a doing of that, finding the doer. So
yes, yes. How beautiful. So then just keep playing with that. So now, okay, what is it that's trying to find the doer? What is it? Someone that's doing that, or how's that happening? You just let it reveal itself like this. Yeah.
But what I also can see, and it's obvious that because below all this there is a feeling of unease. When there would be a feeling of ease, this question wouldn't come.
Wouldn't even come.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Then ask the question, who's doing the disease? Is somebody doing that, or how's that happening?
No, that's just bad luck.
Yeah, just, you could say that some old information somewhere.
Yeah.
That got passed on.
Yeah. 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 And could you speak of bad luck then? If this feeling of unease that has been there a long, long time, it's there. Maybe always.
So again, that's like when there's a seeing that, okay, that's an opportunity for inquiry.
Mhm.
then it doesn't seem like bad luck, then it just seems like an opportunity.
Yeah.
If there's a wanting to get rid of it, then it seems like it's bad luck. So
Yeah. It's very
yeah,
subtle.
so yeah, it depends
Subtle
on
difference.
how how it's met in a way. So
Yeah.
ultimately, it's my deep knowing there's no such thing as good and bad. There's just
Yeah.
and just like a habit of viewing, So
Yeah. 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 It feels very intimate to really explore this.
yeah, vulnerable and real, It's like
Yeah.
it's no pretense, just okay. Well, this is on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's okay. It just I can see things just happen, and yeah, it's not really the bliss the man before me was talking about, but I know that's just an experience too. So that's not
Yeah,
where it's about.
yeah.
And
It's so interesting to see our conditioning at play, because there's like, if you look at a young child, you could say they're in bliss no matter what you give them, a stick or a ball or anything. It's just they're not jaded. It's fresh.
yeah,
Yeah. And so for most of us, and especially in the West, the schooling process, and we weren't invited to enjoy the moment. We were invited to this ideas of right and wrong and good and bad, and be, how we were supposed to be, and
yeah,
habits of putting pressure on ourselves. And I mean, so then of course it's, like the trickle of enjoyment through that conditioning is very small. It's just it's not very fun.
yeah,
But you see something simple like just even playing music with some people, and everybody's having a groove. Suddenly it's it's not much. It's just a few sounds and company, good, nice company, and suddenly it's, I don't know what you'd call that, but it's enjoyable. Maybe not bliss, but
yeah.
definitely enjoyable.
Yeah, sure.
But then it's like, what does it take? Where it's whatever it is, it's not related to anything. It's just here, and it's just fresh.
Yeah, yeah. Then joy comes or not, but okay. Yeah. Beautiful, thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks, Hank.
Hmm.
Mm. Okay.
Andrea, please don't record. Right.
Who's it? Hey. Andrea. Hi.
Hello. Oh, our neighbor is ringing at our door. So
Sylvie.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Sylvie. Hi, Leonard.
Hi. Just wanted to rest with you, and yeah, I have the longing to show myself more and more, and yeah, there's some fear still, but I'm just like kind of wondering what I can do.
Just enjoy.
What did you say?
Just enjoy. No need to do anything.
It's shifting, yeah. it is a learning. I can feel that my system is looking now the pathways it needs to take, or yeah, it's the downloading now.
Mm. Mm.
Thank you, Isaac. You're a love meteor or something. Love rock.
Mm.
Ja. Emesita.
Your computer unmuted itself, sorry. Wonderful. Ah, Katerina.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Isaac. How are you?
Life is beautiful.
Oh, so good.
Mm.
really wonder where this, I think a lot about this, it happens by itself. And I wonder about it because I'm so often, when I feel, unfortunately, I missed the first hour, so I'm not sure about decisions, but I feel like I have to make so many decisions now, what to do, how to make money, and then it's so much in my head. And then I feel like it happens by itself. Where shall it come from, when the head is so full? And it's all just a mechanism to try to support me. I mean, it's not me, it's just trying to find solutions. No. I was having a week in Portugal. And I always have this picture in my inner, I don't know where you with your little one, the little children, and at your hands. It's touching me a lot. And I wonder if I would love to be more connected in my life, like more. But something still seems to keep me away, like, this worry about myself. I feel it keeps me also away to open up. Don't know if this is a construct, but it feels like I have to take care of my money and my and my So I might not be open to spend time with friends or kids. Yeah.
The connection just got really bad. I'm not hearing
Okay.
you so clearly at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. Interesting. Yes.
Andrea,
Yeah, me again.
hi.
That was the handyman for the other neighbor. So it feels that there's still something wants to. So good. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder.
Liske.
I
Hi, Liske.
just like to rest and sit and see what happens. All kinds of movement, and then it becomes quiet and still, outside and inside. But now I see there is no outside. It's only inside. Mm. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey, hi,
Yeah,
Iris.
also. Yeah.
So very good to see you.
And you.
The retreat has had such a big impact on my life. And like the biggest thing really, like stuff comes and goes, but that sense that there's nothing to be done.
Wow.
It's
So beautiful.
yeah. Looking from a place, sometimes it's tempting to go to other places, but it's like basic. Wow, from here. I'm curious how life unfolds. I'm back home and I have no idea how life is going to unfold. It's a blank canvas and there's nothing that wants to do something about it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a joy.
Feel.
Yeah. And sitting with you, it's just a song of love and joy. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
Just a little
Yeah.
question, Isaac. Yeah.
Hmm.
Not knowing what Elsa said, it brings you so much back to yourself, and the not knowing, it feels as freedom. And for my
Yeah.
system, it's totally the opposite of how I used to live. But what's the fear for a system?
Whatever that was, whatever we called fear was just conditioning. I mean, just somehow thinking it was useful. Thanks, Louis. Yeah. Bettina.
So nice to see you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you, Andre.